Hello, fellow YouTubers. Welcome back to the Trouble A385 show. So I just got back, ironically, from the place I'm going to talk about. It's called RaiderFamilyFarms.com if you want to go there to see what I'm talking about. But it's in Bloomington. It's outside of town. It's actually in the outskirts of town. It's actually really close to those big wind-propelled wind energy, the big things for wind power for energy. There's just a bunch of them out there. But they're out there outside of town. They actually own, it's called Ropewood Island. They have a lot of this road because they have like a cheese store to buy cheese there. They have obviously the pumpkin farm, and then they have a veterinarian's office out on this road. They own a lot of the land. The family's been out there for a long time, farmers for generations. But anyway, been to their cheese farm, had their cheese. Their cheese is awesome because it's homemade cheese. But anyway, so today they're having this thing for, they started till the end of the month. They're doing this thing for Halloween out there, and you can buy season passes actually out there. They're actually really cheap. It's only like $16. But anyway, we just got back from there. Well, I just got back. My wife's with her friend and my kids with them, so I'm home by myself right now. But we went there, and when you go to these things, you're not sure what you expect. Like, first of all, they've actually got their parking decent, where everything's roped off exactly what they're going to need, and there was never like nowhere to park. But you go into the farm place, and while there's pumpkins all over the place, they have a lot of things set up for the kids. Like, they have this big hill, and there's 2 slides. This one's a small white PVC, big enough for smaller kids, PVC pipe. It's very short for the smaller kids because obviously they don't want the smaller kids to get hurt. And the next one's a big, huge black pipe. It has a huge opening in it. It's not PVC, but it's the rigid ones. It's really high up there, so when kids like my son go down it, they won't like speed down really fast and crash into each other. Because every once in a while a kid will try to go up the thing backwards, and that's how it goes. But anyway, what's funny about my son with that is when I said, "Hey Brian, my son, look at that," he ran up the hill excited. Last year my son would not have done that. Let me give context of my son. Until this summer, the first 4 years of my son's life, if he got in any play set at the park or anything at all, he would always crawl. He was like, had this, I don't know, was just afraid of heights, whatever. No matter what we did, no matter we went with him, whatever, he always did that. And sometimes it was kind of embarrassing at play dates a little bit because all these kids were running that were shorter on it, and he's just crawling all the time. But again, I knew eventually he would get out of it, and this year he's finally gotten out of that. He's running across play sets. So he ran up the hill and went down that slide. It was laughing and giggling so hard. He went right back up again 2 more times. They also have these 2 silos, cut out and windows put in them, and they have like this much corn in them, dried corn, not very much. And kids can go in there and play. It's just dried corn, but you'd be surprised how much fun kids have in that. And the adults can go in, because I was in there with them, playing with them. Because, see, my wife knows when we go to these things that I'm a kid at heart, so I want to do the same thing he does. Those simple things that we take for granted as we get older, that we think are too simple or too kiddish, those things to me are just such fun. Especially, you only have so much time with your kid before he gets, before they're not a kid when they don't want to do that stuff. You only have a small window to cherish and do that stuff, so I enjoy it. So playing the corn silo for a little bit, and then they have a tractor where they pull kids around with steering wheels on stuff, and my kid loves that, so he did that a couple times. They also have this big area with a lot of hay, like there were hay things stacked up and a lot of hay on top, so kids could jump on those. They had a little hay maze in there. And then they had this really big thing where kids can run up or walk up and walk down this big thing made out of haystacks. And then the last thing they had there was just this little thing that goes up about 2 feet, and kids could jump off into hay, which my son did several times. Again, something he would have not done a year ago. We had a blast. And then they also had 2 mazes. A small kiddie maze, the corn's only about this high. And then the full-size one where no adult could see over the corn. But we went to the kiddie one first. And my son had a blast because in the kiddie maze everything leads back out, so there's no way they can get stuck in that maze, which was funny because a couple years ago we went to this one fall farm somewhere that had a maze, and one of the kids with us had to use the bathroom. It took 45 minutes to find a way out of the maze. We got lost and in there and everything else. It was just ridiculous. But we didn't go in the big maze today. So we went to the small one. and my son had a blast. He didn't want to leave, you know. They also had, as soon as you walked in the door, what we didn't do today, because the line was so huge, because every kid who walks in wants to do it. They have a really big huge blown up thing. This thing has to be like 5-6 feet tall, where kids can just jump on it, you know, without shoes on, of course. And my son wanted to do that, but we didn't have time today. But we're gonna go back again before it's over, because we have a gift certificate. We didn't use it all today, actually. So it's a lot of fun. Those are things that are a lot of fun to me. You know, you go, you do the family thing, you take your kid in, and see, even though I like to do those things, I enjoy, you know, really actually when I go there, I enjoy my son having fun. To be honest with you, watching him run around and have fun. That's really the joy is for me more than anything else. And all over the place there, they have please supervise your children all over the place. Because the kids who get hurt are usually the parents who aren't paying attention. I was sitting there, and a back huge pipe on that slide. This kid's trying to climb up, and his parents are standing there, watching their kid climb up the pipe. He almost got, someone came down the pipe and almost just blasted that kid. And they're looking around like mad at the kid going down the slide when their kid, they should have been grabbing their kid doing that. My kid tried to do it on the white one, and I immediately stopped him, because kids curiosity, you know, well, what happens if I go up this end, kind of thing. And you know, that's their creative side that kids have. They want to know everything that goes on of everything, and they want to see what it is. They just don't understand that, hey, I could get hurt. But we had a lot of fun today. Really enjoyed it. It's just one of those things, you know, you look on finally later on. So that's all for now, guys. So till next time I make a video.